Hey there, everyone. Thanks for joining for your Central Florida weather update. I'm News 6 meteorologist Samara Cokinos. All eyes are on the tropics as we pinpoint Tropical Storm Idalia. And as we take a look at the satellite this evening, you can see a lot of convection still near the Yucatan Peninsula, spreading out toward western Cuba. It's really not moving a whole lot right now, but as we look here at the track update, as of the 5 p.m. advisory, it is beginning to move to the northeast at about 3 miles per hour with 40-mile-per-hour winds. Now watch this track as we put it in motion. Notice that it does begin to move into the southeastern Gulf, strengthening as a Category 1 storm. As it continues to move over the very warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico, we are anticipating further strengthening, possibly reaching a Category 2 status or strength before making landfall anywhere from about Tampa and Bradenton back toward the Big Bend. Now, this particular cone is getting narrower and narrower, and it has shifted a little bit further east. So we do have still a good portion of northwestern central Florida under the cone of uncertainty. So depending on exactly where this system goes, whether it treks back to the west along this edge of the cone, we'll see less impacts. We'll still see some impacts, but they won't be as great as if it hugs this eastern corner of the cone. Regardless of this scenario, you need to be prepared, as this system will start to see impacts as early as Tuesday with the anticipated landfall midweek. So let's take a look here at the next scenario, and you'll notice that we do have watches in place. Tropical storm watches have been issued for Lake and Polk County until further notice. Hurricane watches have been issued for Sumter County and all counties along the Gulf Coast until further notice as well. So this is what we're starting to see over the next couple of days, the progression of this system. This is the GFS model, and notice that it still takes it closer to the Big Bend rather than to Tampa. But when we compare that with the European model is still kind of favoring more of the Gulf Coast. But as these two kind of narrow together, we'll see a more consensus over the next day or so as to exactly where this will go. Now, regardless of where it's going at this point, it looks like it's favoring more eastward with the shifting of that cone. So we can anticipate some heavy downpours over the next couple of days. We're talking about Tuesday going into Wednesday, and you'll notice potential rainfall totals 2 to 4 inches near the Gulf Coast, like Tampa area, going back into Sumter County as well as southern and central Lake County, and about 1 to 2 inches of rainfall in that dark green area, which is encompassing much of central Florida, and then about less than an inch or possible an inch near Brevard going into southern Osceola and along the coastline. So we're definitely going to see tropical downpours associated with all of this moisture that will be surging, in addition to the winds picking up near tropical storm and even hurricane force winds in those highlighted watched areas. But for the rest of central Florida, sustained winds 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting up near 35 miles per hour. The radar this evening, we're starting to see the showers that bubbled up earlier this afternoon kind of wind down as we get closer to sunset. And so as we take a look at the rest of tonight, notice that this activity is kind of undersold here on this model, but there will be a few more showers through at least 8 or 9 o'clock. Then we'll be left with partly cloudy skies overnight. We start the day tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. As we roll closer to lunchtime, we'll start to see those clouds billowing up, and then a few showers developing closer to the coast and along I-95, mainly in Volusia and Flagler counties. As the day progresses, a lot of the activity is anticipated to be from I-95 across the interior, so we're going to see more scattered showers and thunderstorms with pockets of really heavy rain possible through the evening. And again, this model is underselling the amount of rain that I am anticipating, so the coverage is going to be a little bit more widespread than what this particular model is showing, and we could have maybe a shower or two left over the metro as late as 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Come Tuesday and Wednesday, all that's going to change. You'll notice more widespread coverage of heavy downpours headed our way. Until then, your rain chances tomorrow, and notice about 60 to 70% across most of central Florida, with the exception of Palm Coast near 20%, and Cape Canaveral to Cocoa Beach about a 50% chance for rain in your area. Your overnight lows will settle in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies. Then as we head through the day tomorrow, your high temperature will be right around the mid to lower 90s, feeling like the triple digits because of that surge of moisture heading into our area. So it'll be very sticky, and by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, about a 60 to 70% coverage of showers and thunderstorms. Let's get you some results and show your pinpoint accurate 7-day forecast. Heading into the upcoming week, big time changes headed our way. Keep in mind, this will be tropical moisture, tropical tropical activity headed our way. So Tuesday and Wednesday will be windy. You'll notice those winds really picking up along with the rain. Heavy bouts of rain headed our way that could lead to some localized flooding, and we can't rule out the potential to see maybe a spin up or two across our western zones. Notice after we get through all of this tropical activity, we still have about a 50 to 60% chance for rain is heading into next weekend. High temperatures will rebound back to the mid-90s by next weekend.